Let's take a look.
Christchurch senior pastor Doug Wilson makes no apologies for his beliefs on God and country.
I'd like to see the town be a Christian town. I'd like to see the state be a Christian state. I'd like to see the nation be a Christian nation. I'd like to see the world be a Christian world.
And now Wilson.
I believe people are gonna start having the balls to start saying stuff like that, like this guy in the future. I do. I think people are actually going to take it to more extremes in the next 2 years.
Controversial views as a Christian nationalist are gaining sway in the nation's center of power with the recent opening of his new church and high-profile parishioners like Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth.
Is planting a church in D.C. part of your mission to try to turn this into a Christian nation?
Yes. So every society is theocratic.
Bring back public shame by the church. I'm actually really disappointed in the church over the past 5-6 years. They've really they've lost their spine in regards to a lot of cultural things when it comes to family and roles and relationships. And it's people's fault for evil. Yeah, it's obvious.
The only question is who's Theo. In a secular democracy, it would be Demos, the people. In a Christian republic, it'd be Christ.
Well, what would you say to someone watching this to say, look, I'm a Muslim. Who are you to say your worldview is better than mine, that your God is better than mine?
Well, if I went to Saudi Arabia, I would fully expect to live under their God's rules.
But you said...
Because if you go to Saudi Arabia, they'll start chopping parts off your body if you don't play by their rules. Yeah, they try it. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You said earlier that you want this to be a Christian world.
Yes.
So you want to supplant their religion with your Christian.
Yes, by peaceful means, by sharing the gospel.
Yes, by peaceful means. Give it a couple years. People are going to switch that peaceful means by whatever means. They're going to switch that. Just give it a couple more years. Instead of people saying we got to turn those boats around, they're going to start saying we better sink those boats. See the analogy?
There's a lot of work yet to do. I believe that we
do whatever you want with it. That's what I think is going to happen.
Corner of the vineyard.
Wilson's Little Corner, a picturesque campus nestled on the outskirts of downtown Moscow, Idaho, is growing by the day with thousands of like-minded Christians. Parishioners of his church, known as Kirkers, own and operate several businesses downtown next to liberal college town stores.
If it's true.
Why did he yell boo? Because of me. Because of you.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
That's a regular day.
That's okay.
That's not unusual.
Yeah.
A big focus of his Christian movement is on a patriarchal society where men are dominant and women are expected to submit to their husbands.
Women are the kind of people that people come out of.
So you just think...
I'm sorry. I know what he means, but that just sounds funny. Yeah, no, she really... I know that I'm watching CNN, but that... you kind of expect it from them, right? Yeah, the way they phrase their questions and the way they ask their questions, it's a completely dishonest frame of questioning. And sometimes, honestly, if I were some of these people that were being interviewed by so-called reporters, I would sometimes just refuse to answer the question and just straight up say, that's a ridiculous question to ask and move on. That's literally, I'd probably answer that in that way to most of their questions.
They're meant to have babies. That's it. They're just a vessel.
No, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically. The wife and mother, who is the chief executive of the home, is entrusted with 3 or 4 or 5 eternal souls.
I'm here as
That's a big job. By the way, I'm not downplaying women's roles in doing that. That's first off. I would personally go out and work and do that. I mean, I would say no. Oh, you understand what? Well, for me personally, I would actually rather go out and work than stay home and wrangle 3 or 4 mad mini me's, because I know myself, I was a little shit when I was younger, so God help the woman that I get with that has to wrangle 3 or 4 of me's. That's a horrible sentence I'd wouldn't damn anyone to. But no, women, they do a better job at raising kids when it comes to the younger years, like the baby years. They know how to hold the heads better when it comes to babies. If you give a young girl a baby, yeah, biologically they just do better. If you watch, do a little experiment. If you have anyone young in your family, cousins, sisters, brothers, whatever the case, and you have a young baby, give the baby to the young girl, and then give the baby to the young boy, and see how they hold and handle the baby for the first time. I'll tell you what will happen. 9 times out of 10, the little girl will hold it and she'll just naturally kind of know what to do somehow. And 9 times out of 10, the little boy will grab the little baby by the foot and dangle him like a toy. No, he'll hold him, but he won't know what to do with him. So there's just something in them that they just know how to do better when it comes to the baby part of things.
As a working journalist, and I'm a mom of 3.
Good for you.
Is that an issue
No.
for you?
No, it's not automatically an issue.
Josh and Amy Prince, along with their 4 kids, moved here from Washington State.
Do you see Amy as your equal?
Yes and no, in the sense that we're both saved by grace. We're absolutely on equal footing, but we have very different purposes, God-given.
But do
Okay.
you see yourself as the head of the household, as the man?
He is the head of our household.
Yes.
Yes, and I do submit to him.
So like moving
That's a healthy relationship. Now keep in mind, that comes with caveats in certain things. And if there's a bump in the night, guess who goes downstairs? Him. If there's a crying baby in the middle of the night, guess who goes and gets it? Her. Here's the difference. One of these situations is life or death. The other is just annoying. So everyone's got their role.
here
I was just
was
gonna say that.
ultimately your decision.
Yes.
That's a great
example.
Wilson says in his vision of a Christian society, women as individuals shouldn't be able to vote. His fellow pastors, Jared Longshore and Toby Sumter, agree.
In my ideal society, we would vote as households. And I would ordinarily be the one that would cast the vote, but I would cast the vote having discussed it with my household.
But what if there's your wife doesn't want to vote for the same
Right.
person as you?
Right. Well, then that's a great opportunity for a good discussion.
There are some who have gone
Okay, that's fair. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the household voting thing, I can understand why people are gonna want that. It just kind of makes sense. But you're getting into the territory of not everyone can have their voices heard, and that you're getting a little bit to the point of pushy there. I agree with most of this, but the household, I can understand where they're coming from. He showed loyalty by dying for her, and the family, she showed loyalty by not fucking with him. Oh man, I don't know. I think that goes both ways, right? You don't want the guy going with other girls, and you don't want the girl going with other guys, but no, she shows him loyalty by not hounding him when he comes back for work. She can't protect me, so okay, man. All right.
so far as to say that they want the 19th Amendment repealed.
I would support that. And I'd support it on the basis that
Oh, wow.
the
Okay.
atomization that comes with our current system is not good for humans.
And Wilson, a veteran himself, is unapologetic about his view that women shouldn't be in certain leadership or combat roles.
Okay, combat roles, no. They should not be in combat roles. Now, if they want to be a dispatcher or someone in the office somewhere behind the computer telling people where to go, sure, I'm not opposed to that. But as far as putting a woman in a squad, in a firing squad, or like a alpha team, whatever the hell you call it, that's a horrible idea, because what happens is you have all these guys, then they go into protective mode instead of killing mode, They go on protective mode because they have to protect the little girl every single time they go breach a room. They have to make sure that they go ahead of her because she doesn't get. It's just a natural thing. And then you have the whole entire aspect of, oh, she's kind of cute. She's the one cute thing within a 100-mile radius of this desert. Ah, she's on my squad though. Ah, she thinks I'm cute too, but Bill thinks she's cute as well. All that goes away when you just have 5 guys in a squad. And you tell them, go kill that thing. It changes the whole dynamic. So no, I don't think they should be in combat roles. It's not a good idea.
Looking at the leadership page for Christ Church,
Right.
it's all men. Do you accept women in leadership roles in the church and government?
In the church, no.
Why?
Because the Bible says not to.
Well, that's not what happens in the Bible. Women do lead all the time.
Progressive faith leader Reverend Jennifer Butler is concerned about Wilson's growing influence.
He is rapidly gaining in power. He has hundreds
of
of
course.
churches established around the country. They actually literally want to take over towns and cities, and they have access to this administration.
Wilson is part of a broader Christian nationalist movement making inroads with the Trump administration, with a newly created faith office led by evangelical pastor Paula White Cain, and people seen right outside the White House entrance praying and speaking in tongues.
We are standing on the soil of the White House, and we are declaring your word.
How precious!
And now there's a monthly prayer service at the Pentagon, initiated by Hegseth. Wilson.
What a surprise. The guy with the Christian cross on his shoulder is bringing God back into the military. Who could have seen that coming? Oh my.
Highest level connection to the administration.
It's not organizationally tied to us, but it's the kind of thing we love to see.
For his part,
yeah.
Hegseth has publicly praised Wilson.
Now we're standing on the shoulders of a generation later, the Doug Wilsons and the others.
Wilson's influence spans
Oh,
the
shit,
globe
okay.
with more than 150 churches. Lennox California
150 churches, that's no joke, guys.
It's really because I wanted to be a part of a community that was doing something, and especially in building Christian institutions.
Are there other black families in this community?
Oh, absolutely. There's a
What kind of fucking question is that? What racist shit? What is that? Okay, so your premise on that question is black people aren't welcome in this community? Why? Why do you think that? That's so racist as shit. She's
a few black families.
Wilson maintains all are welcome to his church, but he's also not shying away from his past controversial statements on race.
Do you still believe what you said back in the 90s, that there's a mutual affection between master and slave?
Yes, it depends on which master, which slave you're talking about. Slavery was overseen and conducted by fallen human beings, and there were horrendous abuses, and there were also people who owned slaves who were decent human beings and didn't mistreat them. I think that system of chattel slavery was an unbiblical system, and I'm grateful it's gone.
What he also wants gone, same-sex marriage, because he thinks homosexuality is a crime.
Here we go. I'm telling you guys, a couple more years, same-sex marriage is possibly going to be on the docket of getting kicked off again. Everyone was a slave. It's a matter of when. Pretty much. I can understand why you think that, yeah.
70s and early 80s, sodomy was a felony in all 50 states. That America of that day was not a totalitarian hellhole.
So you would like America to go back to that?
Yep.
Wilson.
Oh my god. Yep, finally, someone's saying it. Well, pretty soon you're going to have younger people saying this, because an older guy like this, there's a certain point of fuck it you gather when you age out. And he's gotten to that point. So you pretty soon, give it a couple more years, you're going to have younger people saying these same things.
Wilson maintains his ultimate goal is to bring about the second coming of Christ through his work, and rejects critics' claims he's trying to make the dystopian world of The Handmaid's Tale a reality.
I'm not a white nationalist. I'm not a fascist. I'm not a racist. I'm not a misogynist.
How far off do you see a Christian nation, like a full-on Christian theocracy?
Oh, 250 years.
250 years.
Yeah, honestly, that's
what you see. But you do think it will happen?
I don't know, about 250 years. It's probably going to be around 50 to 40, maybe even 30. I don't know. It really can go either way. I'd say about 40 years.